Switching gears now, talking about mental health. We hear a lot of reports about how COVID-19 is affecting everyone's mental health. But I wanted to hear direct from young people who have had these months of living in this pandemic affecting how they feel about the most important parts of their lives, their relationships, their education, and how they see their futures panning out. So I sat down for a special group discussion with three 18-year-olds. We met at The Door in New York City. It's a youth development organization where they work and also access their services.
So let's just talk about how we've all been doing in light of COVID and isolation and being apart from your friends and school feeling different. How are you guys doing?
I was dorming before COVID hit, and so just being able to live on my own was a huge thing for me.
Well, initially there was a lot of fear because my mom, she is a healthcare worker and she does take public transportation, so you know, it was scary, is she gonna catch COVID? What'll happen if she does?
I come from a mixed status family where both of my parents are immigrants. So we have been struggling financially even before COVID. It kind of hit us really bad because both of my parents lost their job.
Let's talk about kind of what you expect college to be, and then something like this happens and it's just not at all what you were expecting. And then Naomi, for you specifically, I know that your school did do something interesting that meant you had to just stay in the same place.
Vassar, we couldn't leave campus. We had to get tested every 2 weeks. So it was we didn't have to think about what was going on outside.
I feel like all of the students are more isolated. It's we have to help ourselves. Being in front of a computer is definitely really different than going in person, because when you're in front of a computer, there's a lot of knowledge that you probably won't actually learn. But sometimes I'm okay, I just have to learn it this way.
You guys both just nodded about that.
Not being around people has definitely affected my mental health, which has affected my motivation to put any effort into schoolwork, because the days are kind of blending into each other and I don't really know why I'm bothering to do anything anymore.
I feel a lot of what you just said. Does everybody sort of agree that in some ways it makes you feel unmotivated because it's what's next or why? Yeah, raise your hand if these things you feel that way. What about lonely? Is that a thing? You mentioned isolation. Yeah? It's tough, right? Are you guys feeling more stressed?
There's some days that you just can't do it. So it's just there's a limit, and it's almost I am consistently breaking my limit and trying to be motivated and be okay, let's just get the semester passed, and then next semester we'll see. And it's never a statement, it's always a question. It's can I really do this?
So what about relationships, friendships, missing people? How has that been affecting you guys?
I was feeling really lonely, also because I go to a predominantly white institution and I am not white, so it was just doubly so, because it's I'm missing the diversity of the city. Everyone here is they kind of look the same.
There's a lot of people who doesn't care about COVID, and they think that it's okay if we meet up. But in my sense, I am really concerned. So in a way, I have breaked off with some people within the community because of that reason.
How's The Door helping you guys through this time? How's this connection sort of something that maybe keeps you grounded through these tough times?
Our group is the group that we don't really have access to help. We're either fundings or getting COVID testing, all the stuff and services. And I love that The Door offers it to us.
What kind of makes you look to the future and think okay, it's gonna be okay and we're gonna get through this, and I got this, I can get up today?
Because I was working 2 jobs, I still am. It's thinking about all the money I'm saving, and then when it's over, just go on a shopping spree essentially. That's been really pushing me through.
The moment that I'm able to finally be able to be with my friends again will be such a good moment. So I'm definitely looking forward to that.
Hey NBC News viewers, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.